guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Peyton, and if you are a regular, you can tell that I'm in a different part of my house filming today. Just because it's almost fall does not mean we need to be freezing in our own houses, and my room was freezing, so I'm down in the kitchen today filming. Basically, as you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be a fall fashion trends video. I actually have a list of 10 different trends that I've written down that I wanted to walk you guys through and sort of share what I've been seeing from going to New York Fashion Week about a week ago and seeing so many people's styles, so many different fall trends in different ways. I also obviously do fashion stuff as my full-time job, so I'm very in this industry from the sense of like what I consume, what I talk about always revolves around trends and fashion and clothes and accessories. And then even I've been looking up so many articles as I was preparing for Fashion Week and then also for this video on fall fashion trends. So everything that I have rounded up really stems from being so in the weeds on all these things, and I wanted to break them down for you guys and share them in a way that hopefully gives you some inspo for the season, for maybe what trends you want to work into your wardrobe or even styling things that you guys already own. So we're going to go through each of the trends and I'm going to share some inspo for how I style these trends and then sort of how to think about them when you are getting ready for the day. So the first trend is one that I'm really excited about, and I actually am wearing it right now. It is the color red. So red is 100% the color of the fall season, and I'm really excited about that. I feel like usually we go very neutral for fall and we're wearing like browns, blacks, cream tones, and that's great. We absolutely will still be doing that this fall. However, red has worked its way into the color scheme, and now red definitely should be up there on your list of colors that you should incorporate into your looks when you are getting ready. So you have a couple options with red that maybe if this is something intimidating for you, I hopefully can make it a little bit less intimidating, a little easier to work into your wardrobe. So you of course have the option of doing head to toe red. I wore an outfit that was head to toe red when I just went to New York Fashion Week, and I loved how this look came together. It felt very New York Fashion Week worthy, and I'll also insert a couple other photos to give you guys a visual of how you could do a full red look. However, for the everyday, I feel like it's easier to just work in a pop of red into your outfit. So a few ways that you could do this that hopefully will feel a little bit less intimidating if you aren't really into the red trend is you could do a red bag. So I have a red bag from the brand Poppy Lisman that I think is really cute, and it's a great everyday bag that you could layer with a very neutral outfit or an all black outfit or whatever you're thinking. And then you just have that pop of red that sort of is your statement for the look, and it shows that you know the trend, shows that you're dressing on trend without feeling too intimidating. You also could work in pops of red through shoes. So a lot of people are getting red ballet flats. I feel like red ballet flat is the perfect shoe to wear with like a baggy jean and a white tank or a white long sleeve sweater. And again, the red is just gonna show that you know what's on trend this season. And then another way you could do it if you really are against the red clothes is get red nails. I've seen people work red into their wardrobe by just having red for their color of nails. And this is something that feels a little bit less permanent. It probably is a little bit more affordable than actually investing in shoes or a bag, for instance. But red nails is such an easy way to show, again, that you know the trends and you're dressing for them or painting your nails for those trends. So the next trend is another one that I've been leaning into. They are ballet flats, and with that comes sort of ballet core, which has been a trend for a little while, but it's continuing on into the fall. So ballet flats for me are such a major win in the trends world just because they're so comfortable. Like at first I kind of felt like I was going back to middle school where all I wore were flats, and not gonna lie, those shoes stank because I wore them so much. If you knew me back then, you know what I'm talking about. We all had that problem. But now ballet flats are not that gross, stinky, dirty middle school vibe. I don't know if anyone relates. I hope you do, because otherwise that's embarrassing. But now we're wearing them really to sort of like elevate outfits. So instead of wearing a sneaker with your jeans and tank top or whatever it is, maybe it's not a tank top, a sweater, you're gonna add that ballet flat that sort of is the perfect in between of a heel and then a sneaker, and it's also just so comfortable. So again, like I said with the red ballet flats, that's an option. You also could do a white or a cream ballet flat, Black ballet flats are super easy and sort of more subtle too when you're wearing them, but they're so comfortable and there's so many different ways you could style these ballet flats to really work it into whatever your own personal sense of style is. And then just to touch on ballet core, think bows on everything. So really like that girly vibe where you could do bows in your hair, you could do like little berets with bows on them, bows on your clothes, bows in your earrings. Just think bows. So, you know, ballet flats are that new trend that's really for fall, but bows are really also a part of that in the ballet core world. This next trend is also one that I was planning to style at New York Fashion Week, but the outfit that I had ordered to go with the trend arrived 2 hours after I left to go to New York City, so I ended up shipping back the outfit once I got back home because it was not worth having, obviously, if I didn't have it for Fashion Week. And that trend is colorful tights. So colorful tights are absolutely on trend, or sort of like your statement tights. So instead of just doing like a sheer black or a sheer skin tone tight this season, you're gonna wanna lean into those funky tights that are more of the statement of your overall look. So kind of in line with red and bold colors like red being on trend, bold tights are just going to take your outfit to the next level. You also can do something a little bit more in the middle of the road of like a classic color for fall tights, but it still leans into this trend of being something that's more of a statement. Keep that in mind. You can find something that isn't so bold if you aren't really into this trend, but you want to test the waters, dip your toe in, see if you're into it. That is an option. Moving on, we have our fourth trend, and that is statement earrings. So out are the necklaces, the crazy bracelets, the funky rings, not fully, but you know, they're less of a priority right now. And in are the crazy statement earrings that really capture people's attention and brings their attention to this part of your body. You could have on the most basic lazy girl vibe outfit, and as long as you have that fun statement earring to really make it pop, you are going to look like you know what you're doing fashion-wise. So this can obviously be done with those casual looks, but also having a statement earring with a statement outfit that's a little bit more fancy. And you can do this with crazy colors, or you can do something a little more classic like the ones I have on right now. I know places like Zara, these are from Cezanne, I think that's how you say it. I know that Arium Collective, like there's so many different brands that have these statement earrings. Heavenly Mayhem, that's another great one. But you could do vintage too. I feel like a lot of thrift stores have big earrings like this because it is sort of a recycled trend from the past. But I love these and I think they are a really fun trend for the season. Up next, we have our fifth trend, and that is different patterns. So we have our dark florals, and then we also have our gingham patterns. So if you guys notice any of these as you're out shopping, whether that be in a store or maybe it's something you still have in your closet, because I know I definitely leaned hard into the gingham a few years ago, but think about these things and try to work them into your fall style. So for dark florals, that really means like it's a dark base. So think like a black base for a dress. And then it has florals mixed in. Usually they are darker florals. So it's not your spring vibes with like girly flowers everywhere and pastels. It's really a muted, toned down, sort of like neutral take on the floral pattern. And that is sort of like, I would say it's like a girly grunge vibe. So you have the girly vibe with the florals, but it's that more grunge, sort of like rocker chic with the dark colors. And same goes for gingham. You could do this through a gingham skirt. You could do like a giant oversized gingham scarf. There's so many ways you guys can wear gingham into your wardrobes too, but just think these two patterns are really on trend for this season. Trend number 6 is, I think, every corporate girly's dream, and that is corporate core, boxy blazers, and something called norm core. I don't know why everything needs to be turned into a core, but we're basically deeming normal clothes a core. So you have your ballet core, cottage core, etc. Norm core is now a thing, where basically you take your normal clothes and you have little ways that you elevate them. Same thing goes with like your corporate clothes, just sort of working those into your everyday outfits. Instead of, you know, leaving them blazers and suit vibes for just the office, you work it into your everyday look. So a few examples of this is super boxy blazers. So think really wide shoulders, and you can kind of like cinch them in the waist, where it kind of creates this amazing silhouette, where it's very flattering and gives you that fitted look over here, but it still is on trend with the boxiness of the blazer. You also could do this through neckties. So this one has been like sort of creeping into the trends over the past few seasons, but neckties are really in right now. I don't know if I'm gonna style this one. I do love a skinny scarf moment, so I feel like a necktie is like one step further than a skinny scarf. And then for this normcore idea, you could do like a legging with a really cute minimalist oversized hoodie and then throw a blazer on top of that and fun sneakers. Even doing like a baggy jean and a plain top with those ballet flats, that leans into normcore. And same thing, like layer a trench, and that sort of gives it more of a tailored businessy vibe look. Again, still with your normal clothes, but now there's a core added to it, so they're just deemed more on trend than past seasons. And to further dive into that trench statement, trend number 7 is long black coats. So I actually went to put a long black coat that I have in a giveaway slash resell pile the other day, and I was like, wait a minute, I feel like these coats are very trendy right now and they're gonna be big for fall, and they are. So that's something that I found a lot when I was researching, is like your basic long black coat, long black trench, whatever it is, but long black outerwear is very on trend. So a lot of us, like myself, have these already in our closets. So don't give them away, don't sell them, keep them for the season, because you can wear anything you want and just add that long black coat on top and you are going to be on trend for the fall. Trend number 8 kind of leans into that boxy and then fitted oversized blazer that I was talking about earlier, but this trend is really all about the peplum vibe, or sort of hourglass figure shape in your clothes. So for peplum, I honestly had immediate flashbacks to like middle school, high school time, where I wore all these cute little shirts that had this peplum that went right at the outside here. And then, you know, I would wear it with like a skinny jean from Hollister or whatever it was. And again, with the flats. All these things, seriously, fashion recycles so wildly. And what we think is so uncool is now cool again. So peplum is really on trend. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the same type of peplum that we probably all are picturing from back in the day, but this peplum is like, think of a dress, for instance. So you could do a strapless dress, and then right here is when it goes whoo and sort of poofs out. So it's like a little bit wider at the top, cinches you in right in your smallest area, and then whoo, it just like pops out from here, creating that peplum effect. And then our last 2 trends that I want to talk about are definitely ones that have been here for a while, but I want to just underscore them because they are still trending, and you absolutely should wear pieces if you already have them from past seasons and work them into this trend that's still ongoing. So the first one is sort of your like lingerie sheer fabrics for styles. I saw so many sheer fabrics all throughout Fashion Week. I love it. I think it's honestly such a subtly sexy way to style pieces. Some of my friends wore like 2-piece sets, and then they just have their like lingerie or underwear that covers everything important underneath, but it still is sort of like that peekaboo sheer vibe that's super on trend. And you could do this with like a thrifted nightgown, for instance. A lot of thrift stores have those little nightgowns with like lacy details on them. Have that as a fit. You could do like a long sleeve turtleneck under that, and then put it with a pair of boots. You could do it with that tights. You could throw a blazer on top. So many different ways to style these for the fall season, but just know that trend is absolutely rolling over. And then our 10th trend is metallics. And specifically, we are moving not away from metallic pants, but we are moving more into metallic shoes. So think of like a normal everyday outfit. I'm picturing jeans and a basic shirt. I've given that example a lot, but that's what I say is like a normal everyday outfit. Add a metallic loafer with it, a metallic boot, metallic flat. So many different ways you can add a metallic statement with your look, but lean into that this season. So the fun metallics have worked their way now into our feet, and we're doing metallic shoes in that way. You of course can continue with the metallic in your clothes. So I know I got silver pants recently, and I'm super excited to wear them with like chunky sweaters throughout the fall. And then I know a lot of us have done like metallic tops. Those are absolutely still on trend, but now we're adding the shoes really into the mix. So lean into that if you are into the metallics and you're looking to work them in on like more of a casual everyday basis with your shoes. And with that, I've officially shared all 10 of my favorite fall fashion trends with you guys. I hope that you got some inspo from this video, from the visuals that I showed you, how I talk through the trends, and I hope to see you guys really working these trends into your outfits this season. As always, all these trends are things that are going to, come and go. Sometimes they'll be cool, maybe in a few years they won't be cool, so never feel obligated to buy new things to lean into these trends. Try to look at what you already have and see what you can style. I know a lot of us have those black coats. A lot of us have simple flats, for instance, or pops of red that we can naturally work into our outfits. But of course, think about what you do want to invest in, and if there's a trend that you really love and you feel like you'll wear a lot, there's so many great places to shop for those too. I'm going to list out these trends down below, and if you have any questions, comments, whatever it is, feel free to leave a comment down below. You can message me on Instagram. And before you go, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell so you always get a notification when I post, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!